Hi guys, welcome back to another video which is all about pressure and release. Horses respond to pressure and the release is the reward. It's a training method used in almost everything. So I thought I'd go over a few things you can practice with your horse. First thing was just the lead rein, which again is important for leading but also for riding. Now I'm teaching her to respond to pressure, asking her to back up. Your horse might resist a little bit to start with because they need to understand what the pressure actually means. So you can see the moment that she does actually move back, I release the pressure. Now I'm going from the other side with the lead rein, and you can see I'm patting her and supporting her. And when I'm happy that she's relaxed, I'm then releasing the pressure. The idea is that whenever you ask your horse to do something, they respond how you expect them to and without panicking about it. So you see, I'm asking her to go over, I'm touching her stifle. It's also good if you vocalize it. She didn't get it quite right because she moved forward, so I'm repositioning her again with pressure, and the moment she moves the way I want her to, that pressure is released. That is enough of a reward for them. So again, we try again, ask her to move over, you see she does it, and reward her immediately with some praise. Moving them physically with your hands, again, is good if you have the vet out or they need to get used to being touched and being handled. So this was something that took us a while originally because she didn't want to give in to that pressure. But you see now, it's not a problem for her. You can hold them there for a few seconds if it's something that you think is necessary. This is now the one that she hates, which is putting her head down. This is useful for mostly putting on a bridle because you don't want them to throw their head up. You want to be able to ask them to lower their head. Again, it stops them really panicking, but it's also handy for you. Do you see she's super distracted by something off in the distance? Just apply a bit of pressure to her pole. I find this one tricky myself because she kind of gives into the pressure, but then she also resists quite quickly, so it's hard to praise. So again, we just keep trying. And then I reward her for that because although she's kind of avoiding it, she technically did lower her head. And you can see she's trying to back off now rather than just lowering her head. So it takes practice, it takes time, but it's a good exercise with your horse. And again, it's perfect for rainy days. I'm then using the lead rope, as you can see, just to guide her so that she doesn't completely avoid me. I'm just playing her with her mouth to get her to relax again. And you can see she kind of knows what she's supposed to do because she ducked her head. It is kind of avoidance, so I'm not really sure how to take that, but technically it's okay. You can see she's resisting a little bit, but she is relaxing. Right, next one is asking them to move forward. A lot of techniques in natural horsemanship do use the rope with pressure, so you stand to the side, make sure you're behind them so they can move forward, and you just swing the rope towards their eye without hitting them. And that's enough to get them to move forward. See, I used also another cue to ask it to stop. The next one is more of a physical pressure, which is to mimic if you were to nudge them forwards when you're riding. Again, it's better to practice this on the ground because it's safer. So all I'm doing is just gently applying pressure where her girth would be, and you see she knows what it means. A little bonus video is ground tying. It kind of uses pressure and release, but it also basically creates that mental barrier. So you want them to learn that when the rope is on the ground, they're supposed to stay, and when you're leading them, they're supposed to follow. So all you do to start with is you put the rope on the ground, you give like a clear signal, whether it's your hand up or just putting a bit of pressure on their nose, which is what I've done here. And then you move a couple of steps away and then back and then praise them. And then by the end, you see I put some pressure on, put my hand up to tell her to stay, and then I can walk away. And she knows that means she needs to stay there until I come back to her. It's not something I'd recommend using like often, but it's definitely good for them psychologically. You see again, I'm not actually leading her, but I put the rope around her neck so she knows that she's supposed to follow. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.